Tandy County Commissioners Court will come to order, sitting in a regular meeting Monday, January the 10th, 2022. It is 9:32 a.m. Make note that this meeting was posted in the manner and for the style, in the manner and for the time required, and that Commissioner Pruitt is not present. I believe he is ill today and will not be present for the meeting. All other members of the court are present. If it's convenient, please stand. We have our invocation and pledges by Commissioner Cresswell.
Dear Lord, we come to you today just to ask you for wisdom and understanding in this proceeding today, dear Lord. Help us to do what's right for this community and all, dear Lord. Dear Lord, we just ask you to be with these people fighting these diseases and colds and stuff going around, dear Lord, as they spread through this community, dear Lord. We ask you to keep your hand of healing and safety on it, dear Lord. And dear Lord, we just thank you each and every day that we come to you and the opportunity to pray in this country, dear Lord, openly, dear Lord. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Please okay, item number 3 is public comments, announcements, presentations. These are no action items. The first thing I want to get to is the introduction of the new elections administrator. Caitlin, you want to come up here?
Yes, sir.
This is where you stand right over there where you can see that camera. You are live on video. We are streaming live. And our call-in number is 940-229-2109, 2107. 2107. 221 2107. 221-2107. Caitlin Mosley, she met with us last week, Elections Commission, where we opened an open session and discussed some applications that we had. Ms. Mosley showed up here on request at about 11:30 for an interview. Interviewed with all of the commission, 5 members there, and all of the commissions were here but one. She had a very hearty, healthy, and good interview. And that lasted a pretty good spell, but not too long. And Ms. Mosley hails from Jack County, although she's been here, I believe, in Graham and Young County for the last couple of years.
Yes, sir.
Residing here, so after we opened back up in open session, the last item was everybody was pretty elated about the interview and was ready to make Katie an offer, of which we did later on that day, towards the afternoon, and she accepted the position. So I'll introduce to you Katie Mosley and let her tell you just a little bit about herself.
All right. I have worked in elections as the assistant in Jack County for the past 2 years. It's been very exciting, very rewarding. I mean, you learn something new every day. I mean, you can't say that with most jobs, or I couldn't work in restaurants. We have the new machines in. They're downstairs in my office right now. I look forward to getting them out and testing them. I've already been in touch with Miss April Klein. She's our heart representative. I do need to get some test V jobs to get that done, but other than that, I look forward to working for the county.
Okay, you worked with the type of machines that we have for your 2 years, and
Yes, sir.
you seem to be very familiar with them and know all the terminology. And, I was contacted from Hart last week, and they were quite thrilled at the steps we have taken, so I think you know who to call down there.
I sure do.
Okay, so anything that you need, that they're very willing to provide and keep you updated on.
Yes, sir.
And you've been enrolled.
I did that right before I came up here.
Very good. Has anybody got any questions for
I
Jay?
had a call from one of the commissioners over there that highly recommended her.
I'm
A
glad
lot
to
of
hear
praises
that.
about it.
Well, thank you.
Yes, I live in Brown.
Yes, sir. I live on Cherry Street.
Thank you. New homeowners, is that correct?
We are. We bought in October. So first home for me and my husband.
And your husband?
Colby Mosley. He works at Air Tractor.
Okay. Good company. Any children?
Yes, I have a stepson. His name is Case Mosley with a K. We're all Ks. He's 7 years old. He goes to school in Bridgeport right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good. Do you have any specific plans you'd like to share with regard to the election administration office? I know we've been through redistricting, so we're kind of behind the 8 ball, if you will,
Right.
a little bit.
I've talked to Harley this morning. She said she got all that done, so we will be finishing that and contacting AMG Printing to get that sent out. So as soon as we get that done, I'll get the test V jobs here, we'll test the machines and go on from there.
That's good. You're talking about our voter registration list and
Yes, sir.
new cards.
Yes, and they'll be blue this year, so something to look forward to.
They already go through that process in Jack County.
Yes, sir, which they were lucky enough they didn't have to redistrict, so. And I've been on listserv, and y'all aren't the only county behind. There's quite a few that haven't finished redistricting, so wouldn't be too worried about it right now.
Yeah. Well,
So,
we'll welcome her. So she seemed a perfect fit for the time being right now. So she's experienced, got reasonable amount of experience on the machines that we have. I think Jack County's already been upgraded. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So they were a little in front of us. I don't know how much redistricting had to do with that, but turnaround time on the refurbishing of those machines didn't take very long. It wasn't much over a week. They were gone, so I was proud of Hart about that.
They were very good to work with.
Don't let us tear you too long.
All right, well,
now, have you looked at the trailer and all that yet?
I have not seen that.
It's out of the precinct yard, at my yard of precinct 1.
Oh, okay.
So some of your stuff is in that trailer.
Oh, okay, good to know.
And the combination on it, I know the number to it, whenever we won't say it here,
Well, I appreciate that.
but you might want to change that.
All right. Well, I look forward to working with all of y'all, and, you know, my dad always told me to make a hand, and I plan on doing that. All right. Thank you for y'all's time, and thank y'all.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
So when y'all had y'all's committee meeting, who was not represented at the meeting?
Democratic Party Chair. Okay, I do have a little bit of COVID things here, it's not too old. I have a report from Shane Cornell that was current on last Wednesday. There have been 20,662 tests, 16,419 were negative, 4,234 were positive. There were 9 pending at the time. A total of 194 active positive cases being treated with our Young County medical community. And 147 of those 194 were Young County residents that were diagnosed with active positive cases. I have a little bit of information. I think we still stand at 74 deaths in the last count I had. Is that correct?
I think so, yeah.
A little bit of regional numbers here. In the total, these are 1, 2, 3, 4 hospital clinics, and hospitals are clinics in Wichita County, and 1 in Clay, 1 in Jack, 2 in Young County, 1 Hardeman County, 1 Montague, 1 Baylor, and 1 Wilbarger. And as of, this is as of Friday, total ER visits have been 386, and 180 of those visits were COVID related or suspected, I guess you could say, that caused the ER visits. There were 19 admissions. 14 of those, or 14 are in ICU, and 66 are in med-surg. There were 6 suspected cases that maybe hasn't come back positive yet, or for a total census of 86. And that would be hospitalized, and 323 total cases of COVID in the region that are being treated. 86 will be hospitalized, I think, in some form or fashion. So I believe COVID percentage of the COVID patient, percentage of COVID of the hospital, people admitted to the hospitals was 26.63%. Okay. We have in your packet, tax assessor collector continuing education transcript for 2021. Christie likes to put those on there to have a record of them. Our county clerk for the 2021 calendar year, is that calendar year? 2021 calendar year, they had received an exemplary certificate to Young County Clerk for excellence in the vital statistics registration process, and I think Kay's done that a time or two before, 5 times. Very good. Okay, we've introduced Katie. Is there anything else that needs to be brought up, mentioned? Nothing further, we'll go to item number 4. Consider county clerk minutes from previous meeting, that'd be December the 27th, 2021. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections?
So,
Second.
Do we have a motion from Commissioner Wiley and a second from Commissioner Creswell to approve those minutes as presented? All in favor? 4-0. Item number 5 is consider treasurer's financial report and updates on securities pledges. We have
I don't think we have any security pledges this time, but I have this is November, when everything's balanced week. We're just getting in our tax money, current for January. We have over $10 million in general fund.
this be the biggest month, I guess.
Yes. Into
We won't
December.
get that report for a little while.
No.
Okay.
everything's balanced, everything's looking good. I'm working on the W-2s and end of the year documents and have those out in the next week.
So moving on financial report.
Second.
That's harmony.
Motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Stacy Rogers. To approve financial report as presented. All in favor? 4-0. Consider budget amendments and vouchers payable, item number 6.
I always have vouchers payable. No budget amendments this morning. So the total for today is $287,778.34.
287,
778
778.
and 34 cents. And out of the general is 259, 803.90. And it would have only been 30-something thousand, but we paid the net data maintenance this time. That includes the RBI, but also the annual cloud, which is $25,520. That has gone up. The entire maintenance for net data is $226,760. And there is non-butane included in these vouchers.
On that cloud, we have nothing in budget.
Yes, we had, I had gotten the preliminary estimate, and they told us, because we had been paying, on the 22,000 for 4 or 5 years, and they said it was gonna go up, and it did.
It is.
It did.
The proof. Like we like.
We told the truth on that.
Second. Okay, all in favor of approving vouchers payable? Any opposed? I did 3-0-1.
Also, I have a request from JP3. We got his clerk a scanner a meeting or two ago, and now his scanner has gone out. He requested it be paid out of JP Technology for $793.95. I think it was. I was trying to remember how much it was, but I think
That's pretty close.
There's $40,000 in that fund.
I don't know if there's enough.
Coincidental?
I don't know, maybe they were purchased at the same time and they crashed at the same time.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
I said,
Motion by Commissioner Rogers, and second by Commissioner Wiley, to approve the purchase of a scanner for JP3. That's taken out of JP Technology at $793.95, I believe what was quoted. Is that correct, Cheryl?
$793.95, yes.
$793.95. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, 4-0. Item number 7 is consider extension agent's December report, request for reimbursement, Kenny Barron, 5/15/31, and Savannah Williams, travel well. $2,324.42.
Some of that is her advanced hotel for the next couple of months. I noticed that it was like for February, end of January,
You
February.
know, it's
Options.
pretty, a lot of travel going on in the next couple of 3 months.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Mhm.
She brings receipts in for all that.
Yes, we do request.
I'll move that we honor the request as presented.
Okay.
All in favor? Any opposed? 4 of them. Okay. Item number 8, discussed, we're gonna move, if it's, okay with the court, we'll move item 10, also up here with, item 8, and get, jail sheriff report, and then the, safety zone report, all at the same time. How about that?
Sounds good.
Sure.
Yeah, this one. Okay, go ahead. All right, so, jail population is 47 today as well. December was nice, quiet month. We, if you look, I don't think we had a whole lot of, we still had MHMR take care of those patients. It was a little, we had a lot of, just different stuff, but it was uneventful if you'll look at whenever I pass out the sheriff's part of it, the patrol.
Juvenile problem there.
We did have some juvenile problems, but for the most part, December wasn't that bad. As you look at this, our livestock complaints was half of what we normally get.
Sounds a good percentage.
Yeah, they were being good. Staying on top of the civil process this month, or last month. Still had 2 forensic interviews at Virginia House, which is never good.
Picked up the big drug bust up there.
They did, it seemed like they got like 5 pounds of marijuana off the stuff coming through.
Where they going?
It's all over.
I think they were coming from the Metroplex going to Bubble. Yes, sir.
2 issues.
Yeah, they were, that's what he said.
Kids coming back.
So, anyway, nothing really, and, Ollie made some pretty good arrests over the New Year's Eve too, so. They were busy.
Are we looking at any type of canines yet?
Yes, sir. We still have one. We're just, waiting on some stuff to kind of settle down, and I'm gonna team him up with one of the deputies and send him to get him trained. I'm working on the other part of that canine. Does anybody have any questions over this?
Looks like they're getting processed and shipped off pretty fast now.
They are, and they're moving a little bit better than normal. They're finally getting sent off to TDC quicker, which is good.
Good for us, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been. And we ever get our money received back from last year's
I haven't,
transfers?
I haven't seen where he's picked that up yet. But maybe I'll get him to call this week, find out what's going on.
Sounds like they're way behind.
Yeah.
Do we have anybody else's inmates in our jail?
0.
0. We picked up one from Throckmorton. I don't know why it's not on there unless they've already shipped out.
That's one from Steve County,
Yeah.
today.
But there was one last week in there from Throckmorton, so I guess they must have shipped him off to safety already. No, he had they sentenced him to safety, and for some reason, they put him over in our jail to hold him until he got ready to go, so. Dude, we, out of the 4 vehicles, we have 3 we've had for a couple of weeks. One of them is still waiting on parts. So, but we've been transporting, going, taking 2 over to Wichita and getting them, all the equipment swapped out.
So they're, the old ones are ready to be trained.
I would, they are, unless you wanna do all of them at one time. If you wanna do all in one time, no, they're not.
We're gonna take all the equipment off, aren't
How long is it
Yes.
gonna be, another week?
I don't know. I call them and ask them, they'll tell me, should've been here 2 days ago, or whatever.
They'll be here when we get here.
Well, some of the things that they were waiting on is ridiculous. I mean, it's not Cap's fault, it's, I think, somebody with a good welding shop could have done it and had it already here, driving them, 6 months ago. Because all it was, the back end has they made these new Tahoes where they're flat and it just dips up like that. And then it's flat again, so they have to build something to go over that.
And make an adapter for the cages.
So, and they didn't even notice that until I pointed it out to them at a sheriff's conference.
Basically, all they have to do is put the adaptation on the cage itself.
Yeah.
They just sit it right there in it.
Well, what it really, on that part, was the boxes that we ordered to put in the back of them, they wouldn't fit right without, and all they did was put a piece of flat metal in the bottom of it,
And slide it back in.
and then put that box on top of it.
So like they give the manufacturer when they test it.
Well, and even the bumpers that I put on these, they don't make them anymore. They can't find anybody to work. They can't get anybody to build them.
That armor or something.
Yeah, so now it's back to the old factory bumpers that don't hold up well against
No.
hogs and deer. So,
Might be
Getting
able to-
somebody else labor, or is it, is it the COVID?
from what I was told from there, it was that they could not find, finding someone to build them because they couldn't get the employees, they don't have any, they can't find the welders to come in and do it.
I tell you what we might think about doing is get Hub to manufacture one and see what it looks like.
But you know what, I can drive it over there, one of them, and just say, look, take pictures and see what you can come up with. What the problem was every time that they changed body styles, that doesn't work anymore.
All they do is make an adapter, make it work, or move it in, move it out.
Do something.
Yeah. But if you get with Mitch, Mitch can figure it out.
Yeah. Might be something to look at, because
I guarantee
every time
you-
we wrecked one of those, it was costing us $3,000 plus every time.
I guarantee you it'd be cheaper with that new bumper on there many hogs is our enough deer we got.
Deductible on each event? Each incident?
I'm pretty sure.
It
So
is.
it doesn't accumulate?
No, sir.
Hmm.
It gets costly.
Tell me.
So it's just a production.
I think it's
Slows
just,
down.
I think a lot of it is, like you said, I think a lot of it is due to COVID in the government.
And if he can figure out how to do that, which I know he can, I just think he'll make all four of them.
Yeah, 'cause I don't like the way we have it right now, it's not gonna end up well, probably. And I don't wanna jinx us, but a lot of hogs and deer running.
They've saved us a lot of money so far.
Yeah.
I guess we still got one more youth weekend out, or is
I'm
their
sorry.
season, is their season completely closed?
I don't know if their season's over with or not.
See, I think you can still get doe and spike.
Yeah. Then don't you have a youth season after that?
I think it's 1 week.
That's it. Thought that was it, 15th or 16th.
Yeah. Doe and spike.
Yeah, they like sitting on those bar ditches.
The grass is always greener next to the river.
Safer too.
No man's land.
Yeah.
Not those places that are in the green.
Yeah.
Carbon monoxide.
So on the safety deal, I have they should be coming in pretty quick, but, let me get that price for you. It was from Malcolm Systems for out of Lubbock. They, for $1,958.60, they're gonna come in and install a speaker. We're gonna designate, I think, 3 lanes on that one end on be the north side of the jailhouse on the front part, the parking lot. We're gonna designate those 3 parking slots for the safety part of it, where they come in and exchange the kids and everything. We'll have that speaker mounted to where it'll pick up everything that's audio. So that price includes the speaker, includes the wiring going into our camera system, so that it'll all work together. We're gonna use the existing cameras that are on the building itself, and as far as the video part goes. So,
Have they been upgraded?
I'm sorry.
Have they been upgraded?
The ones that we're gonna use haven't been upgraded, but we were already in the plans to upgrade them, so we'll upgrade them to match this, system here.
So they'll be attached to the building.
The speakers
No,
or
the
the
cameras.
cameras will, yes, sir.
You're talking about a microphone.
The microphone's gonna be, the speaker itself, the microphone will be, for the audio, will be mounted right in front of the vehicles on the fence. And he's telling me that that'll work like better there than it will anywhere else because of the wind. It won't be distorted by the wind. So, and it'll be able to pick up anybody talking. Because normally whenever they're out, they're doing an exchange, they're out of the vehicles anyway. So, he says it'll work with that, with up to 15 feet. So, which is pretty good. It's pretty good.
You gonna have to put a post up there to put your signage on, or?
I've already got the signs, we're working on that right now. It'll cost me around probably 100 to get 2 signs. So, it's not that expensive to get this set up to where we do have a safe exchange with the kids, and I think it'll work out great for the whole community.
I think it'd be good.
I do too.
And you said you were thinking about the courthouse at all and for the other one?
Right, and I'm gonna go look at that and see what we can do as far as the videos and everything, the cameras over there on that one.
Sheriff's Department has cameras over there, or the police department.
I don't know 100% about their camera system or not, but if they do have it on that one side, then that'll be perfect. We can just integrate the same way we're doing here. think for, even over there, it would be a great system to have, you know. And for the cost, I don't think we can, you know,
No, it's not bad.
pass that up.
Take that cost out of,
Well, we have a few different options I can take it out of. I can take it out of, building maintenance, or I can take it out of, commissary. I really don't wanna take this out of commissary. I wanna spend that money on something else. Or I can,
What do you
I can-
suggest, Sheriff?
that's what I was gonna say, I can hear them talking back there, so I may have to talk with my auditor and see what best line item would be to take that out of.
The jail maintenance would be good, that, if we ever look for where it was paid for, I mean, that's somewhere we'd certainly look.
Right. Good.
And there is money in that. 1958, is that what you
keep
said?
that
Yes,
voice
ma'am.
recording and data with all of your other cameras.
Yes.
Oh, so we've got any kind of a pricing sheet on it or anything like that to put in the minutes?
Oh, no, yeah. At 1968, or whatever, let me look at it again. 1958, 60, $1,958.60.
It was on your phone, the only place you got that?
Oh, yeah, didn't print that out for you, but I can if you need it.
I think Marcia can print it off your phone.
Well, now, let me do it right with the,
Okay.
on the, one of my headers and everything, and
Oh, okay.
I'll email it to you.
Okay.
And do y'all want a copy of it too?
No.
Kay needs it.
Oh, good. Okay,
If, at whatever time we take any action on it, we need it in here.
that's fine.
So,
But, do we need to do anything else? I mean,
well,
Do we need a motion on it?
this is
I don't think so, but that's up to y'all.
The money's in his budget. if
He's
he's
already got the
paying for it.
money and everything, he can spend it how he wishes.
Where does cameras normally come out of, Sheriff?
He spent a lot of money out of maintenance, and he spent some money on commissary.
The inside cameras, if they're in the
okay, what's the,
jail, we'll do out of commissary,
Name of
but
this.
the outside ones, we do out of the
what's the
jail
name of
maintenance.
the provider, the vendor?
It's building maintenance, 3.
BALCO,
B-A-L-T-O?
CO,
C-O?
yeah,
Well,
Systems, BALCO Systems.
and they're out of Lubbock.
Yes, sir.
Seems like we've used them for something else.
And their quote is 19,
58.60.
Those original cameras, or those some the guidance put up there regarding security?
I think the ones that we are looking at are original, and that's why we're trying to update them.
They're those old ones.
The only thing we've changed out is the ones inside the cells.
Well, now, we did change out some on the patrol side, not the sheriff's side, but, and on the camera going in, but we haven't done all of them yet.
We can give Guardian a shot to change those out.
We're gonna look at, I guess whoever we've been doing them with before, and we'll probably reach out to the other ones and see. Because we gotta be careful now of which one will, work with our system.
Don't get that. And Guardian put the last one in,
I think they did tell on the outside.
yeah, inside and outside.
And those cameras that we have on the outside, I really like the ones they put in.
They're a lot better resolution than what.
They are, and I think they're protected by the sun, from the sun a lot more too.
Yeah.
or the persons that are doing exchanges out there now,
Are they what now? I'm
or
sorry.
the people that are doing exchanges.
As far as the cameras go?
No, just exchanges, are they exchanging out there now?
Kids.
Children.
They're doing it for kids.
Child
Yes. We're talking about cameras, and then we got to talk about kids again. Yes, sir, they go out there a lot because we do have the cameras. But a lot of times these people who are doing them will park out on that west side you know, where that divider is, you have going across the parking lot, so the cameras don't work as well out there. Plus, I think it's very good that we can, it's almost, if we don't hear what's going on, we miss a lot. And if there's being threats made against one another, then that will help too.
Well, how will that be, managed, if you will?
Well, it depends on, I mean, if it's court ordered that they have to go out there, all they have to do is tell us. All they have to do is go to dispatch, say, we're about to have a child exchange, and we can, document it, then we just go pull the video and burn it, and we'll have it ready. But, and then if somebody has an incident, they all have to do is call us, and they give us the time, and go back and get it, we'll burn it on a CD, and we'll have it.
I was really talking about how is it just, on your own cognizance that you utilize the safe zone?
Yeah, they don't have to.
Okay.
They don't have to use it. They don't even have to use the sheriff's office. They can go somewhere else. But whoever is using the sheriff's office, if they will use that area, and I think once they find out we have it, I believe these people will use it because of the issues they've already been having.
There'll be a line waiting to get
Yeah,
to it.
I guarantee that.
I think once you get it installed and make sure it works properly, I think we can get with it.
Now, give them the paper and we'll have
And
it.
get them to do an article on it and encourage them to do it. And I think going forward from now on, I think the court could mandatory make them, if
Well,
they so choose to go out there and do a safe zone out there. It's just as much safety for the kid as it is the parents.
absolutely. I think it's for everyone involved in that situation. I think it will make, especially whenever they find out that we have audio as well as video, that it will make everybody calmer. They'll go in there and act like adults, and they'll do what they're supposed to be doing.
If you know you've been watched and listened to,
And then you'll have some who just don't care, and that's why we have it there for.
That's right. That's right. It's sad that the kid is in the middle of this situation.
Yes, sir.
To start with.
I don't know, I think I've seen we've been involved with a lot of civil cases where child exchanges were pretty nasty. And I'm not 100% sure if the courts can designate that for these people, but
Yeah,
they could.
They could designate it, the court could sure do that, they will do that some, I'm sure, but they'll do it in other places too, designate some.
And I think that would even be even better.
We may have to establish a time, they may have to set up a timetable where you ain't got 20 people wanting to exchange on Wednesday night at the same place.
Well, it shouldn't take 5 minutes to do a child exchange.
It shouldn't, but when they get to arguing, sometimes it takes more.
Don't give them time to argue.
It's all being recorded, and a lot of times too, I mean, if people would just call 911 whenever this happens, you know, they'll stop a lot of it.
Okay, you're gonna give us an invoice, we've got to discuss, consider, we want to create a safe exchange zone at Young County, that's old parking lot.
And I'm already working on it, that's whatever y'all wanna do,
So, I mean, if you got it coming out of your budget, do we have to do anything other than that?
Well, I imagine before they'll make any payments, they'll have an invoice.
Oh, yes,
They're
yes.
waiting on that.
Well, all he has right now is an estimate.
that won't be any different than,
Did they say anything about time frame? Could they get it done away right
it's
away?
gonna be within 2 weeks, the next 2 weeks, probably next week. So.
So,
And they never said anything about money ahead, they just, we're gonna come, do it, And,
So they're on schedule to do that.
yes,
I think we've used them before, so we probably already have our account
Yeah.
set up.
and all I gotta do is change up 3 parking spots and we'll be done.
But you signed it just when you're ready.
Yes.
I think it's a great deal.
I think more of the one thing that I wanted just to come up here and kind of let you guys know what we were doing, so that, once we get this all in place, you know, with y'all's help too, we can make this thing really become something that's good for the community.
Okay. Anything further?
No, sir, that's it.
All right.
Thank y'all. Yes, I'm going down.
Number 9, okay, this is a annual thing. It's, setting of criminal civil court terms. By resolution. Ordinarily, our first term is February, March, and April. Term number 2 is May, June, July. Third term is August, September, and October, and fourth term is November, December, and January. It says pursuant to Article 5, Section 29, Texas Constitution, Section 26002, Texas Government Code, and during a regular meeting of the Commissioners Court of Young County, Texas, the following terms of court for conducting civil, criminal, and probate matters was set at 4 terms that I disclosed to you, and that's, I don't know how long that's been going on. Long as we've been established, I guess.
So moved.
Russell?
Yes, sir.
All in favor? I guess, I think we, I don't know what I called vote on there, or not. 4-0. Okay, item number 11, burn restrictions.
I want to talk about that a bit. Last week, we had 1, 2, 3 fires that were set in Young County at the Highway 114. We called the Forestry Service in on one of them. And then there was another fire set in Battery County, 2 of them in Battery County, one there right at Westover, and one right before we get to Round Timbers Road. We do have a picture of the vehicle that did do it. And the vehicle was set in the third place that it gives the fire started over there at just outside of Dean in Roadside Park. Anna was coming our way to help us with the fires, and they seen that one, he pulled in, and just as they pulled in, that same pickup that was on the video, fled the scene, headed out. We've given video footage to the sheriff's department and other people. Just gonna let y'all know that that was not by accident, you know, so
Pull off the side and purposely set it?
they was going down the road, slowing up there, and just, what everybody's using for accelerant, it didn't take that long for it to ignite. And the one thing that helped save us on the second fire, outside of Loving, because the grass that went through was that tall, to start with, and it went through it in a hurry. And on the other side there, it needed down quite a bit, but it still was dead.
That was during the day, too.
That was during the day. Good thing happened, right after that happened there at the post yard, two of the only, highway department people stopped, started trying to put it out, move tractors and stuff out of the way. That was a good thing there that took place in that case. But, I have no idea why somebody would try to burn somebody out or try to set fire like that. That makes you wonder what kind of people that is that you're dealing with right there. That one fire could have been real bad. And the one at the roadside park, there's a house right behind it.
Dark night, cigarette.
It wasn't in one. It was some kind of, I don't know what kind of facility it was. We walked up and down the barbers to try to find it, and we could not find it. But you can see it plainly on the film. As they're going by, this fire here started, and go away there, this fire here started, and there we go.
Well, I think the violation of the burn order should be on $500. How's it go, the prosecution for that kind of criminal act, be more serious.
Yes.
It's actually, I'm not sure whether it's not being felony.
Well, when you have threats or two different crimes involved in it, it would make a difference. I don't think they're anywhere to live around here anywhere. I think they're just passing here.
I suspect that could go on arson charge with the Johnson County courts. Haven't located this.
Haven't yet.
Was there good enough photo to get a license tag?
There was not a license tag on the front. As you see, we've got a back deal, and we're gonna be trying to put it through another system, see if they can blow it up and see what the back of the tag is. Sheriff's Department will do it.
Just pull it right.
It was not going to try. Well, that's the first thing everybody said, it was a chain. I said, when you stop at the stop sign, and then take back off, chain ain't gonna do that. And where the leader started, chain wouldn't have done it either. And it's just a four-door, either an F-150 Ford or a small four-wheel drive pickup. Anyway,
Okay, we've got a little supplemental here.
So there's no action taken on it.
it stands as it is.
Well, I don't think we want to cancel the burn restriction. Yep. And fireworks is still there, I suppose. Although sales of any kind is terminated for this fireworks season. No action.
reconfiguration.
What it is electing board member, item number S1 is electing board members to the Nortex Housing Finance Corporation. These are, I believe they're 5-year terms. The board members, current board members are Paul Wiley Jr. Paul Wiley was, he's been Archer County judge for a few terms several years ago, and he is currently serving as the Archer County auditor. And he's the president. Greg Ross, I don't believe I've ever met. Dennis Willie, of course, is the executive director of the Nortex Regional Planning Commission and has been 35 years, a long time. Tandy Martinez, this lady's from Hardeman County, and she's pretty new. I don't believe I've ever had the pleasure of meeting her, but I think she was appointed to fill a term that was vacated 1 or 2 years ago. And then Michael Smith, he's been around a good bit. I've met him several times. Can't remember just what he is, but I believe he's an accountant, what I recall. And Dave Clark then is the executive director since June 20th, and that was upon his retirement from the city of Wichita Falls as the director of community development. So we're, I believe Greg Ross, no, it's Paul Wiley and Tandy Martinez is on the ballot, I think. Yes. So, I move that we nominate them as reappointments to the Nortex Housing Finance Corporation. The corporation lends money to those that have depressed economic circumstances or down payments for homes, and those kinds of things like that. And I don't know just exactly when it was established, but they've issued revenue bonds in a total of $123 million. And that's cumulative to date, so I really don't know how long it's been around, but several years.
I'll second
That came in late after we'd already put the agenda out, so. I made the motion, Mr. Commissioner Wiley second to approve Paul Wiley. Oh, is that in relation to you?
Different spelling.
Yeah, I guess it is.
That's the northern line.
He's a very nice gentleman too.
Paul Wiley and Tandy Martinez approved them for renomination to the Nortex Housing Finance Corporation Board of Directors. All in favor? 4-0. All left to go.
Second.
tree you were talking about, or you had a truck you were looking for, was that the one from Tuesday?
No, we have to turn in.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't turn in.
the Forester,
I
or
turn
what
in
do y'all call the Forester? Okay.
all of them together and turn them down.
I tried to drive back there, and by the time I got up there, you guys had it mostly cleared out anyway, but you can see why it looked serious real quick.
On the initial, after we did it.
Yeah, and it was right at the road too.
Yes.
I'll just make her a copy.
Good to know you good sheriff call about that. Or he knows and put something out and see if maybe you can find them.
I'll get it all booked up and then you can let me know when you're ready to roll.
The lady, I called the lady down there that I know.
What's your name?
BG Young.
Oh, I think I spoke to her.
And she recommended the George.
That was it.
She
Okay.
said it'd be a good hotel, so.
Perfect. Well, I'll confirm that I get booked in later today.
Sounds good.
It'll be fun.
Thank you.
All right.
Did you get the?
Take care, guys.
That made you feel okay?
Yeah, no, perfect. I really appreciate it.
Well, I, you know, send me the integrity, you know.
So hold off on all our campaign stuff till you're ready to get settled. That's good, when you get the time to haul everything up there, right there, and show me that trailer.
We got the meeting thing, or collected it.
Okay. Well, I still have money in my account, so I still,
Have you had any contributions in the last year?
I still gotta put zeros on that paper from what I understand.
Yeah.
I'm just going by what I got on the deal, I don't wanna do nothing wrong.
If you're not active on the valley, and you haven't made any expenditures in her.
Well, ever since I got in, I've been doing them every 6 months, like it says, so.
Don't tell me Stacy left and I can't.
I'm right here.
You don't leave either, let me catch him.
Say, I got trouble with it. That's where I was supposed to do, go and see if when she had
Here,
time.
precinct one, right here, I gotta go catch him before he gets down the sign out there that I
I
got.
don't even know what I got.
It's your insurance papers, insurance cards.
Here you go, ma'am.